Hey comic comrades! Did you watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Or should I say, how many times did you watch it? And more importantly, did you stay after the credits scene like a good Marvel fan? Because I'm going to spin some theories about that. Stay tuned till the end of the video and don't forget to click that like button, subscribe and attune to that notification bell. The mid-credits scene starts with Doctor Strange walking down the street after his third eye has opened in the closing scene of the movie, when suddenly he's interrupted by a new interdimensional traveler. The woman doesn't introduce herself, but in the film's credits, she's listed as Clea, as played by Charlize Theron.
Pronunciation of my last name is Thron.
Or Thron if you're one of those mad lads. Clea tells Stephen that he's caused an insurrection and that they need to go fix things. When she asks if he's ready to go, his third eye goes blop. He says he's ready and they hop through the portal she opened. So, who is Clea? Don't worry, there's a lot more to it than Marvel Studios just having a weird thing for teasing purple characters at the end of their movies. Remember the Avengers? And yes, that violet-themed thaumaturge is none other than Clea. Created by none other than Stan Lee and Steve Ditko in 1964's Strange Tales, issue 126. Clea started out as the prerequisite comic book damsel in distress of the era, the Faltinian daughter of Prince Orini, and Umar, the sister of longtime Doctor Strange villain Dormammu. Hey, remember him from the first film? Clea was raised by her father after Dormammu banished her mother to another dimension and grew up worshipping the ancient entity, but never knew he was her uncle. Clea would first meet Doctor Strange when he traveled to the Dark Dimension at the behest of the Ancient One, as Dormammu was planning one of his many conquests of Earth. She even tried to convince Strange not to fight Dormammu. The latter saw her fraternizing with Strange as a betrayal and imprisoned Clea. But then the big guy needed Strange's help to fend off an enemy who had broken free of Dormammu's control. To repay Doctor Strange, the ruler of the Dark Dimension freed Clea and promised not to invade Earth. Clea would be caught in a tug-of-war between Dormammu and Strange more than a few times before Strange decided that the safest place for her would be Earth. Unfortunately, her arrival on Earth meant the loss of her powers, and she took to studying in the Sanctum Sanctorum. Strange took her on as an apprentice once he became the Sorcerer Supreme, and during Clea's discipleship, their romantic feelings for one another grew. Clea would join Stephen on adventures with the superhero non-team, the Defenders, and in his own solo title. In 1974's Doctor Strange issue 1, she was captured by Silver Dagger, a former cardinal of the Catholic Church who was driven mad by the Darkhold. Yes, that Darkhold. This encounter would make Stephen and Clea even closer, but in a weird way, as Strange needed to cohabit her body to defeat Silver Dagger. However, over time, Clea began to doubt her love for Strange was greater than that of another of his love interests, Morgana Blessing, 1974's Doctor Strange issue 53. And with the seeming disappearance of Dormammu, she returned to the Dark Dimension in order to save it. Don't get the wrong idea here, it wasn't as simple as just going home to claim the throne. Clea had to join the rebellion against her mother, Umar. She would win the battle with the help of the Flames of Regency around her head and become the ruler of the Dark Dimension, banishing both Umar and Orini to another dimension in the aftermath of 1974's Doctor Strange issue 73. She did ask Strange to join her, but he declined because of his loyalty to Earth. Despite living on two separate dimensional planes, they would marry in 1987's Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme issue 3. Their souls now bonded together forever. Yeah, they weren't legally married since Clea isn't actually human, but each of them wore a mystical ring that looked like two, but was actually one split in half. Dormammu would return, as he always does, to take control of the Dark Dimension and imprison Clea. Strange is lured to the Dark Dimension to help her, and Dormammu is defeated when Umar makes her return and it's revealed that she is in a relationship with Baron Mordo. 1987's Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme issue 24. Clea leaves Umar and Mordo in control of the Dark Dimension and heads back to Earth with Strange. But sometime later, Clea would return to the Dark Dimension when a Faltinian named Flix, claiming to be her cousin, appeared to tell her that Umar and Mordo had betrayed her trust. It would turn out that Flix is actually Dormammu and he had taken Umar and Mordo's power for himself to establish himself as the ruler of the Dark Dimension. Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme issue 48 and 49. Clea would remain there to lead the rebellion against him, 2007's New Avengers Illuminati issue 4, and would eventually rise to become the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension. Unfortunately, being in a long-distance, two-dimensional relationship wasn't working for either Clea or Strange, and Strange's relationships with other women while she was in the Dark Dimension broke Clea's heart. She would ask Stephen for a divorce in 2013's Fearless Defenders issue 9. They would not officially annul their marriage, but remain friends. Ouch. Later, a deal Strange made with Mephisto of all people in exchange for his help would force the two to lose all memory of their time together or significance to each other. 2018's Doctor Strange issue 17. But that deal would be broken when Strange died in 2021's appropriately titled The Death of Doctor Strange. Clea would track down the murderer and say her goodbyes to Stephen, but not before he left her the tools of the Sorcerer Supreme, the Eye of Agamotto, and the Cloak of Levitation. In Death of Doctor Strange issue 2, Clea is given the title of Sorcerer Supreme by Stephen and decides to take the last name Strange in Stephen's honor. She is currently the star of the new ongoing series, Strange, keeping his surname as a tribute to him, which just debuted in March. However, her first order of business as Earth's new Sorcerer Supreme resurrects Stephen Strange while protecting Earth in an ongoing storyline. You might be asking, what are Clea's superpowers? Like most magical-based comic book characters, Clea's powers are vast and often don't follow a set of established rules. Writers can and so come up with abilities as a story requires. She is both a magic-based being as well as trained and versed in sorcery and the casting of magical spells like Doctor Strange. In other words, if Doctor Strange can do it, likely Clea can too. However, as the ruler of the Dark Dimension, Clea has been often adorned with the Flames of Regency, which is a corona of mystic flame, not unlike Ghost Rider, but without the skeleton thing. Lately, however, the flames have gotten more pronounced, engulfing her entire head and face. And like most superheroes in the Marvel Universe, she's also a trained hand-to-hand combatant, and since she's an extra-dimensional being, has greater strength, endurance, and resilience than a human. There's also the part about her being played by Theron, which means she can probably kick ass. So, who is Charlize Theron's Clea? That's a little early to say, given her MCU on-screen time is like 15 seconds in one of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness's 2 post-credit scenes. But it's probably safe to say that Theron didn't sign up to be the damsel in distress / low-powered disciple of Doctor Strange a la her early days. So, a warlord, wizard, and likely sorcerer supreme of the Dark Dimension and equal to Strange, leading a rebellion against her uncle Dormammu is our best bet. Reading between the lines, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness reads as something of a send-off to Rachel McAdams' Christine Palmer, and closure to her and Strange's romantic relationship, so expect the sparks to fly between Strange and Clea when we see them together next. And of course, Clea is another powerful female superhero to join the MCU's ever-growing ranks, played by a surprise A-list star. What is Clea's future in the MCU? Now that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has introduced Charlize Theron as a much more comic-inspired version of Clea, it's safe to say that this character has a key part to play in the MCU's future. And though Theron's character only appears for a few seconds, that's enough to clue us into what she wants with Strange. Clea is annoyed at Stephen for causing an incursion. You know, one of those breaches in reality where two parallel universes collide. Clea, like America Chavez, apparently has the power to travel freely between universes, and she recruits Strange to help her seal off the incursion and prevent the two worlds from being annihilated. That may be a hint to the plot of the inevitable Doctor Strange 3, or wherever we see these masters of the mythic arts show up next. The sequel may delve even deeper into the multiverse, showing us Strange and Clea's quest to stop the incursions from destroying entire universes. As anyone who has read Marvel's 2015 Secret Wars crossover knows, that's far easier said than done. The slight glimpse we got from the post-credits scene looks eerily similar to the Dark Dimension. Dormammu turned out to be the final villain of 2016's Doctor Strange, but our hero didn't defeat Dormammu so much as trick him into giving up his plan to absorb the MCU. Could Dormammu be behind the incursion phenomenon? It's probably also safe to assume Clea will replace Rachel McAdams' character, Dr. Christine Palmer, as Strange's love interest. We've now seen firsthand that the Strange-Christine romance didn't work out in any universe, and Multiverse of Madness basically closes the book on that part of his life. Better Strange move on than turn out like the version we saw in Marvel's What If. So, what do you think about all of this? Are you psyched to see Clea in the MCU at long last? Is Charlize Theron the right choice to play Marvel's newest superhero sorceress? Is she gonna replace Cumberbatch as the new master of the mystic arts? Will the two of them tie the knot? Will Mephisto finally show up? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and punch that notification bell. Peace out!